You're listening to an exclusive episode of the NK News podcast, available only to subscribers. You can listen to this and other episodes from your preferred podcast player by accessing the private podcast feed. For more detailed instructions, please see the step-by-step guide on the NK News website at nknews.org/private-feed. Hello listeners and welcome to the NK News podcast. I'm your host, Jacko Zwetsloot, and today we have on the show a new guest, and she's a young woman who has come from North Korea. Her name is Maeng Hyo-shim. Hyo-shim was born in Hyesan, a city on North Korea's northern border with China, in the years after the devastating famine of the 1990s. In 2018, she fled North Korea with her parents after a violent incident against her disabled mother and the regime's refusal to deliver justice. She now lives in South Korea, and she works to raise awareness about human rights in North Korea, testifying publicly under her real name, including at the United Nations High Commission on Human Rights in Seoul in June this year, just 1 month ago. Welcome on the podcast, Hyo-shim.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, and thank you for being here. So let's start with a difficult question, perhaps. You've spoken publicly about how growing up you believe that North Korea was the best country in the world. Looking back now, what was the moment or moments that truly broke that illusion for you?
You know what? My grandfather and my grandmother passed away during the 고난의 행군. It means...
That's the big famine,
yeah.
or the arduous march. Yeah.
Right, in North Korea. So North Korea is as you know, communist country. So people used to get food from the government. But in 2090s, the system started working. So the government stopped giving the food and money, and many people die of their hunger. Some people escaped from North Korea, but many people passed away.
Yeah.
In my case, I was born in 2001. So after, 고난의 행군.
Yeah.
At the time, people did not trust the government anymore. They started to sell, things in the markets. You know what? 장마당.
Yeah, the market. Yeah.
Yes, to live. I didn't know that the address the march really was. I went to high school in North Korea. There I learned many lies from birth. I was told to thank to Kim families, Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
I just believe they work hard for North Korean people. But after I escaped North Korea, I realized and I learned the truth why my grandparents and many people die of the hunger. The Kim families had enough food and lived well, but that's when I realized North Korea is not the best country in the world.
Ah. So you realized that only after you already left North Korea with your parents.
Right.
And you started to get information from other places.
Right. So I didn't know the Kim Jong-un and his family was luxury, wearing the clothes and, expensive horse. They have a lot of things, right?
Right.
But on the TV, they looks like a simple, they just like normal people showing in the TV show.
Yeah.
But they say they're working hard for North Korean people. So I just believe in North Korea. They just like a good leader for us.
Right.
But after escaped, I saw the truth and Kim Jong-un who stopped people in North Korea from having freedom and human rights. So, yeah.
That was a difficult journey, yeah. Let's talk about people with disabilities in North Korea. Your mother contracted polio as a child and was left paraplegic, so she can't use her legs. So how did that shape your family's daily life in Hyesan?
You know what? Hyesan City is really close to China, so it's border. But my mother had a disability after she was born, so she can walk, and then it was really difficult to her and for me and for my father. So always just my father always carry my mother. Because as you know, North Korea don't have a wheelchair, so my mother can't go outside by herself. Always my father carry my mother on his back. That was like a life in North Korea, my mother. So if you have it's really dangerous to go to outside.
It's dangerous?
Dangerous if you have a disabled. So my mother's life in North Korea, it's just like stay at all times. It's just home.
Stayed at home, right?
Yeah, right.
And what kinds of social discrimination did your mother face? And how did that affect your family's ability to receive medical care?
Unfortunately, my mother did not get anything to the government. She could not fix her leg because she can walk, right?
Right.
But actually, North Korean government told the world the medical system is free.
Yeah.
But it was not free. And if you want to go to the hospital, we have to pay to the anything.
Right.
So how can you imagine if you don't have money and you can go to the hospital and nobody don't have to disabled people in North Korea? Of course, normally people also then go to the hospital. So do you think it's possible to give any benefits to disabled people in North Korea? No, that's not true.
So there's no help for disabled people in North Korea?
Yeah, exactly. No, not at all, anything. So my mother, she didn't get anything
Wow.
to the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine that in a country like North Korea, where there is so much discrimination against people with disabilities, that it would be difficult for your mother to find a husband, have children, start a family. Your mother, luckily, was able to do that. She met her husband, she had you. How did your parents meet each other?
Oh, yeah. Actually, one of the doctors introduced my father to my mother, so they can meet together, and then they decide to marry each other. Because my father thought that at the moment she was really pretty, beautiful, and then my mother also worked by herself, so she can make a clothes like uniforms, right? And Korean hanbok, something like that. And she's selling the people. So my mother had a little bit rich, so she have a house. And moment my father don't have a house.
He didn't have a house. Okay.
Yeah, because she finished her army soldier, and then as you know, my grandparents, they pass away, so she don't have anything. And then my parents, they think oh, we can marry together.
Right, so your father is healthy, and he could walk around, and your mother couldn't use her legs because of her disability, but she could work with her hands.
Yeah, or she can use the hands.
Now, you said that your mother was fined by the government because she couldn't work in a normal workplace. Tell us about that. Why was she fined?
Because my mother can work in the company. For example, some people can work in the company, but my mother have disability, so she can work. So she can go to the company, but so she work by herself, making clothes
at home.
Yeah, at home, and we also have a convenience store. We just selling foods in home.
From home.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. But you know what? If you live in North Korea and you must work in the company, but in the country, not for me.
You have to work for a state-owned enterprise.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right. So my mother have to my mother have to pay in the government because she didn't work in the company, like not country.
Was that a bribe or a fine?
It's not actually it's not bribe,
Mm-hmm.
but my mother have to pay to the government because
Every month?
every month, every day,
Mhm.
because if you like women in North Korea, you have to join the North Korean socialist, like a women's socialist organization, something like that.
Mhm,
So
yep.
and then you have to work. So they work like if, for example, they have to work in the like how do I say like lay.
In a government-owned enterprise?
Right. But she can't, so she have to pay about that.
So there's no special system there for people like your mother to work at home?
Right.
It's not allowed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think this only happened to your mother, or did it happen to many people in North Korea with disabilities that they had to pay a fine to the government? Curious to hear the rest? Become an NK News subscriber today for access to the full episode. Head to nknews.org/join for more information. If you're already a subscriber to NK News, you can listen to full episodes from your preferred podcast player by accessing the private podcast feed. For more detailed instructions, please see the step-by-step guide on the NK News website at nknews.org/private-feed.